Hi. For today's class, you don't need any props. Blocks are always good though. We're gonna do some half moon and stuff in the end, so the height might be nice, but you don't really need any props. We're gonna do quite a bit of work for the shoulders, quite a few eagle arms, and we're gonna be on our hands quite a lot, quite a few step throughs and things. So just focus on where is your weight always, to spread the fingers wide and align the shoulders right. Yeah, let's jump in. We're gonna start from child's pose, so you can bring your big toes together, open your knees maybe a little bit wider, mat distance apart, and start to walk your hands forward. So you can really relax your forehead down to the mat. Let your ribs sink between your thighs. And settle in. Try to let go of things you don't need to worry about right now. Arrive to your practice. Maybe a little scan through your body. How do you feel before we start moving? And also focus on your breath now when we are not moving yet. So you can really just focus on your breath. Take a little bit deeper, longer. Inhale. And slow, complete exhale. Find a rhythm that you can always get back to if you lose it on the way. You can start to extend your arms a little further. You can come up to your fingertips, maybe lift your wrists and your elbows off the floor. Inhale, lengthen side bodies, and exhale, gently pull the shoulders away from your ears. Let your forehead and your chest melt down a little deeper. Inhale, create space and length. And exhale, also relax the hips a little bit deeper down to your heels, shoulders down. Inhale, length. And exhale, release, deepen. You can start to walk your left fingers underneath your right arm. Maybe walk the right fingers a little bit crossed. And you can bring the back of your left hand down. Maybe turn your head. A couple of inhales, exhales here. Feel the outer left shoulder. And let's change to the other side. Walk your right fingers under, left fingers a little over, and you can bring the back of your right hand down. Send the breath to your outer right shoulder. Release this one more time. Walk your fingers forward. Really lengthen side bodies. And then start to walk your hands back onto your shoulders. Make sure you're at the back of your mat. Bring your toes together and your knees together. Inhale, bring your arms up sideways, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward, reach your fingers far forward. Inhale, reach a little further. And exhale, hug the elbows in, bring the chest between your hands and slide down all the way. Bring your hips down, hug the elbows in. You can open your legs actually hip distance apart. Really press the top of your feet down, activate your legs and turn your inner thighs up to the ceiling. So you don't want to turn out from the hip sockets. Now you can open your hands a little. Elbows are about 90 degrees ankle, you can come up to your fingertips and inhale. Start to roll up your spine, rotate the shoulders back and down, lift your head and exhale, release down. Really warming up. You can move your shoulders. So chin into your chest, roll up, shoulders forward, back and down. Really move your shoulders and the space between your shoulder blades to warm up. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And stay low. Now drop your right shoulder in and turn your head over your left. Outer rotate the right shoulder. Left shoulder in, a little inner rotation. And now outer rotate. Again, really move your shoulders. Warming up. Also the space between your shoulder blades. Really feel the movement. Maybe a little cracking. At least I can hear it. One more. Nice. And then bring the heels of your hands down, hands flat on the mat. Tuck your toes under. You can start to lift you can even walk your knees a little bit closer to you. Keep the chest close to the floor. And through your spine, roll, push yourself to your child's pose. Inhale, roll your spine up, arms overhead sideways. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Let's keep going like this. Inhale, follow your breath. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach a little longer. And exhale, hug the elbows in when you move forward. Always roll through your spine. Inhale, open your arms. And exhale again, just close to the floor. Roll in the end. Relax hips down to your heels. Inhale, roll up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, start to listen to your breath. Let the breath really lead the movement. Again. Forward. Inhale, open your arms. And exhale again, roll through your spine. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Let's do one more like this. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, open your arms. And exhale, just close to the floor. Roll back. Push back. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. One more. Inhale, arms overhead, sideways. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach further. And exhale, hug the elbows in. Now stay here. You can move your hands a little further back. Again, activate your legs. Lift your inner thighs up to the ceiling. And already here, maybe you can look over your shoulder. Make sure the heels are not opening to the side. So you want to squeeze the heels a little closer together. Make sure the ankles are straight. So you are not stretching the outside of your feet. And from here, start to straighten your elbows. Come a little bit higher to your cobra. Now navel in. And then keep the knees on the floor. Just lift your hips off the floor. Don't let your hips sink too low now. Really navel in. Good support from your lower core. Again, ankle straight. And then you can start to lift your knees off the floor. Maybe still open your shoulders. Look forward. But navel in. Good support from your lower core. And now lift your hips to your plank, but keep the toes pointed. Maybe now look underneath you. Are your ankles straight or are your heels opening to the side? It's quite difficult. You really want to press the top of your feet down and squeeze the heels a little closer together. Strengthen your ankles as well. You can stay here or maybe bring the right knee into your chest. Check that the left ankle is working. And bring the right leg back. Maybe the left knee into your chest. And back. One more time. Align your ankles. Press the mat away and tuck your toes under. Start to lift your hips up to your down dog. First one, so feel free to move. Walk your heels, bend your knees. Shift your hips a little side to side. Whatever is good, turn your head side to side. Maybe bend your knees a little. Lengthen the lower back. Push away from the floor. Lengthen the tailbone up to the ceiling. And then straighten your knees. Heels a little closer to the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or jump your feet behind your hands or between your hands. Halfway lift. Lengthen weight forward. Exhale, relax the neck. Inhale, come all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down and step your feet back directly into your down dog. Spread the fingers wide. Let's start to strengthen the upper body a little. Inhale, bring your hips forward, down to your high plank. Shoulders over your wrist. Exhale, lower the knees down. Inhale, chaturanga arms, hug the elbows in. Exhale, knees off the floor. Inhale, press back to your plank. And exhale, shift the hips back to your down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Roll the shoulders forward. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, chaturanga arms. Exhale, knees off. Inhale, push plank. Exhale, hips up. Again, inhale, maybe roll through your spine to bring the hips down. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, chaturanga arms. Exhale, knees off. Push back to your plank. And again, exhale, hips up. One more. Inhale, roll through. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, remember to bring the weight forward enough. Exhale, knees off. Inhale, push back up. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, bring the hips down to your plank and slowly control all the way down. Hug the elbows in. Again, feet are hip distance apart. Make sure the feet, legs are active. Press the top of your feet down. Activate your knees. Lift your inner thighs up to the ceiling. And then bring the arms in front of you. Bring the hands together. And now bend your elbows. Bring the thumbs behind your head. Your forehead can be on the floor. And then inhale, start to lift your chin away from your chest like you want to look forward. Float the right leg off the floor. Bend your right knee like you want to meet the right toes with your fingers. And lower down, right leg, forehead down. Same thing over to your left. Always make sure the knee is not opening to the side. So keep the left knee in line with your left hip. Lift the thigh up, upper back working. Feel your hamstring activation. And lower down. Inhale, hug the elbows into. Make sure everything stays square. Everything stays shoulder and hip distance apart. And lower down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Left, lift it up. And lower down. Release. Bring the hands under your shoulders. Slide it down even further. And maybe up dog. Again, navel in. Micro bend your elbows. Open your chest. Core lifts you up. You can come up high plank. Keeping your ankles pointed, toes pointed, and then take your toes under. Lift your hips up to your down dog. So to really work the strength of your ankles, the alignment of your ankles as well. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet forward, between, behind your hands. Relax the neck. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, step your feet right away to your down dog. You can bring your toes together, heels together. And inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right knee underneath you over to your left, right knee meeting the left armpit. And inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, bring the weight back. Exhale, right knee to your right elbow or right shoulder. Bring the weight forward, shoulders over your wrist. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, right knee into your chest, maybe knee to your nose, really round your upper back. Come up higher on your left toes, make space, and step the right foot between your hands. Bring the left heel down and come up to your warrior one. It's okay that the heels are not in one line now. You can always toe heel the right foot even further out, so it's easier to square your hips. Lift from the lower core. Sit down a little deeper and press the outer edge of your left foot down also to align the knee over your second, third toe. Inhale, arms overhead. And now left fingers reaching forward. Pull the navel in. Really feel your psoas and your hip flexor. Sit down a little lower. Eagle arms, right over left. Bend your elbows, palms together. Straighten your wrist if possible. Stay low at your hips and inhale. Create length to your lower back. Lift your elbows up. Exhale, roll down inside of your right thigh. Hips stay square. Inhale, press the right heel down to lift up. And exhale, roll down. Inhale again, lengthen the lower back. Exhale, round. And inhale, bring the elbows parallel to the floor. Lift the left heel off the floor, square your hips. Lean forward 45 degrees, maybe take a little hop forward. Find your balance and start to lift your left leg off the floor. Warrior three. Keep extending your fingers forward. Pull the lower belly in. Left leg active as well. Right knee can be micro bent. Try not to hyperextend. Start to bring your left knee into your chest. Start to bend your right knee and bring the body upright. Sit down low enough so you can cross the left over right. And you sit low enough so you can get a little support from the floor with your left toes. And once you find that you are low enough, then maybe find your balance. You can wrap your left toes behind your right ankle. Again, pull the navel in, sit down a little lower, bring the shoulders over your hips. Check your alignment. One straight line, maybe knees a little bit to the left, upper body arms to the right. And release, left leg down. Stay in Utkatasana chair pose. Release your arms sideways up, hands together. And now bend your elbows, thumbs behind your head. So sit down a little more. You can look down. Is the weight on your heels? Make sure you can see your toes. Pull the lower belly in and then chin away from your chest. Try to look forward without arching your ribs too much. So hug the ribs in. Chin away from your chest and sit down a little lower. Little lower. Inhale, exhale, sit. Inhale, exhale, sit. Inhale and exhale, release your arms, fold forward. Half a lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet directly into your down dog. Take a breath in Breath out. Bring your toes together, heels together. Left side, inhale. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling, tree like a dog. Exhale, cross underneath you. Left knee meeting your right armpit. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow or left shoulder. Bring the weight forward enough. Inhale, lift your left leg up, weight back. Exhale, left knee into your chest, round your upper back a little more, come up higher on your right toes, and maybe left heel rise to the mat first, and then your toes. Turn the right heel in, warrior one. Again, the position can be a little bit wider. Heels don't need to be in one line. Now, press the right pinky toe side down, the outer edge down. Really line the knee over your big toe or the second third toe, and then still square your hips. Pull the navel in and up. Arms up, and then right fingers reaching forward. Navel in, really reach. Feel the psoas and the hip flexor on the right hand side. Sit down a little lower. Eagle arms left or right. Bend your elbows, palms together. Cross your thumbs, level your shoulders. Sit down a little more. Lower back as long as possible. Always try to make the lower back longer. Inhale. Lift your elbows up. Little back bend under your shoulder blades only. And exhale, roll. Inside of your left thigh, try to keep your hips square. Inhale, press the left heel down. Again, space for your lower back. Lift the elbows up, up and over. And exhale, roll inside. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, roll down. And last inhale, bring the elbows parallel to the floor. Start to lift your right heel off the floor. Really square your hips. Right thigh bone moves forward. Lean forward 45 degrees, maybe a little hop forward. A little bit easier to find the balance. Warrior three. Dare to shift weight forward enough. Press the left pink or maybe the big toe mount down to shift weight a little bit more forward. Navel in. Activate the right leg as well. Maybe reach the fingers forward a little more. Keep the upper back open. Start to bend your left knee. Bring the right knee into your chest. And bring your body upright. Sit down low enough so you can cross the right leg over your left leg. Maybe sit down a little more. Check that you can touch your right toes down to the floor. And then start to find your balance. Maybe wrap your right toes behind your ankle. Sit down a little more. Whee! Also really squeeze your hands and your legs together. Now knees a little bit more to the right. Upper body arms to the left. Also pull the right thigh bone back and up to level your hips. Really aligned. And then move your shoulders back. Pull the lower belly in. And release the right foot down. Release your arms all the way up. Utkatasana. Again. Make sure you're not overarching the lower back. A little bit tailbone under, hands together. Bend your elbows, thumbs behind your neck. And then squeeze the elbows in, chin away from your chest. Try to look forward. Still, sit down a little deeper. Navel in. Inhale, create length. Exhale, sit. Weight is on your heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last inhale. Squeeze the sit bones together to get the feeling. And exhale. Release. Fold forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. And exhale. Step your feet back into your high plank. Follow your breath. Vinyasa. Inhale. Shift weight forward. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. And exhale. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Check that your neck is not tensed. You can always turn your head a little side to side. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, collect the energy. And exhale, hands together to your heart center. Take a breath in here. And breath out. Inhale, center arms over your head, sideways. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet back right away to your down dog. Feet together, toes together, heels together. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross the right knee underneath you. Right knee to your left armpit. And then start to extend the right leg over to your side. You can bring the left heel down, extend the right leg all the way down. Lighten your left fingers off the floor. Falling triangle, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Really lift your hips up, chest up. Maybe reach your left fingers over your head. Micro bend your right elbow if needed to. And then bring the left hand down. First, lighten the right toes off the floor. And then send the right leg all the way back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to your right shoulder. Shift the weight forward. And lightly step the right foot outside of your right hand. Square your hips and right arm reaches up to the ceiling, a little bit wider position for your legs. So make sure the left hip is not dropping down. So lift the left thigh bone up. Really square your lower body. Open, expand your upper body. Start to turn your right toes out. Come to the outer edge of your left foot. And then take a big step back with your right. We are in wild thing, flip dog. So lift your hips up, right arm reaches up or over your head. Again, check that the left elbow is not locked. Strong left arm. Bring the hips down a little, look forward, step your right foot where we started from. So a little bit wider position, kind of in line with your edge of your mat. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Bring the right hand down. Again, hips stay low. Just press the hands down. Space between your shoulder blades. Rounding up to the ceiling. Lighten your right toes off the floor. And then inhale. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Exhale. Step the right foot between your hands. Bring the left heel down. And come up to the warrior 2. I'm gonna be back facing you further for the first round. So here, check the hip alignment. Drop the left hip down. Level your hips. Lengthen from the lower core. Zip up, so your tailbone is pointing down. Check the knee alignment, pointing over your second toe, third toe, and then open your arms out to the side. Now, turn your palms facing up. And then squeeze the elbows into your body. Really activate your shoulder blades. Outer rotate the shoulders, like you want to almost bring the elbows forward, wide back. Your shoulder blades are moving down and to the side. Really feel this activation. Keep this. Turn your palms facing down and extend your arms. Not quite stretch. Keep micro bend. Just feel this shoulder blade activation, wide back. And then, same thing, eagle arms right over your left, cross. And now we are facing to the left front corner of the mat. Keep the hips open, legs like in warrior 2. Inhale, lift your, this way around. Lift your elbows up to the ceiling and exhale, round down. Maybe bringing the elbows down. Keep the hips low though, hips still. Inhale, lift your elbows and exhale, round. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, round. And last inhale, bring the elbows parallel to the floor. Extend your arms, release. Inhale, reverse the warrior, side body stretch. Keep bending the right knee down. And windmill your hands down. Step your right foot back. Chaturanga, hug the elbows in, weight forward. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bring your toes together, heels together, and other side we go. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, cross underneath you. Bring the left knee to your right armpit, and then start to extend the left leg to the side. You can bring the right heel down, lighten your right fingers, lift your hips, your chest falling triangle. Maybe reach fingers over your head. Again, check micro bend on your left elbow. And release the right fingers down. Just lighten your left toes. And then swing the left leg all the way up to your three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to your left upper arm, left shoulder. Without any sound, step the left foot outside of your left hand. Square your hips. Make sure the right hip doesn't drop. Really square. And then left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Also here, feel the shoulder blade activation. Soften your joints. Turn your left toes out, come to the outer edge of your right foot. Wild thing. With the control, step the left foot behind you, stay on the ball of your left foot. Lift your hips, your chest. Maybe reach left fingers over your head. Again, micro bend on your supporting elbow, supporting hand, supporting arm, elbow. Look down, lower your hips a little, and with the control, step the left foot forward, a little bit wider, in line with the edge of your mat. And one more time, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Bring the left hand down inside of your left foot, hips stay low. Really activate the core, press the hands down, and lighten the left toes off the floor. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, without any sound, step the left foot between your hands. Lower the right heel down. Maybe now the heels are in one line. Or left heel is in line with the middle of your right foot. Warrior two. So again here, try to level your hips. Drop the right hip down. Lengthen the left waist. And then zip up from the lower core. Try to get the tailbone pointing a little more down. Check that you can see the big toe from the inside of your left thigh, and then reach your arms out to the side. The shoulder blade activation. So turn your palm facing up. Bend your elbows, squeeze them into you. Bend, squeeze, like you wanna bring the elbows forward, shoulders back. Still hug the ribs in, but open your shoulders. Keep this, turn your palms facing down, and extend your arms, don't lock them, micro bend. Just feel this activation in the upper back. And then, left over your right, eagle arms. Straighten your wrist, hips low, hips open. Inhale, lengthen, lift elbows up, and exhale, roll down. Now we are facing the front, right diagonal. Inhale, press the left heel down. Lift the elbows up. Little back bend onto your shoulder blades. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, it's a lot of work for your hips as well. Exhale, roll down. Last inhale, bring the elbows parallel to the floor. Open your arms, warrior two, and reverse the warrior. Lengthen up and over. Windmill. Your hands down. Step your left foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Take a breath. And exhale. Bend your knees, soften. Look forward. Step or jump your feet forward. Halfway lift. Exhale. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, collect the energy, and exhale, release, one dive down. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, hands down again to step directly into your down dog. Bring your toes together, heels together. Inhale, right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross underneath you. Make sure to bring the shoulders over your wrist. Bring the right knee to your right or to your left better, left armpit. And now swap it over to the right shoulder. Then lower it down to your right wrist, left armpit. Try to keep the hips as still as possible. Right shoulder, right wrist, left armpit. Right shoulder, right wrist, left armpit. Chest and step the right foot between your hands. You can stay on the ball of your left foot, pyramid pose. Come up to your fingertips or get a little bit more height with your blocks. Start to extend your right knee. Pull the right hip back to the center line. Left thigh bone forward. Make sure not to hyperextend the right knee and really find your core. Fingers are light on the floor. Shoulders back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, create length. And exhale, let it deepen, let it happen. Don't force it. Always allow it. And then you can bring the left heel down, turn your toes out, 45 degree. Maybe shorten your step if you need to. Same thing here. Try to square your hips. Weight is even between your legs. Find your core. Keep the shoulders open. Hands together to your heart center. And slowly come all the way up. Triangle, extended Trikonasana. Open your hips and your chest. You can toe heel the right foot in, heels in one line. And push your hips back, but make sure you are not, your tailbone is not pointing behind you. Feel support from the lower core. Push your hips back and reach your fingers, right fingers over your right toes. Make sure not to hyperextend the right knee. Pull the kneecap up with your thigh. Shoulder blade activation here. Turn your palms facing up. Squeeze the elbows in, widen your back. Shoulder blades moving down and to the side. And then turn your palms facing down again. Extend. Keep the right side of your body as long as the left. Reach. And then bring the right fingers down. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Don't come too low now. We really wanna find a little twist and the core here. So maybe just to your shin bone or if you're using a block. And then start to reach your right fingers in front of you. Right palm is facing up. I know I'm nicely back facing you. Right palm is facing up. So really reach. So you get to feel the twist. Lengthen the right side of your body as well. Keep lengthening, keep reaching. And come back up for the moment. We're gonna move to the half moon next. So use your block if you need to. Block in line with your right pinky toe or your fingers. So now we wanna come down this time. You can keep floating at the beginning, but then find the ground or your block in the end. So start to open the left shoulder and the left hip to the imaginary wall behind you. Also lean the back of your head to the imaginary wall behind you to support the neck. Get the nice right alignment. You can look down or you can turn your head, look up to the ceiling. And from here, start to bring the left leg to the side. Try to keep it in level with the floor. And with your peace fingers, this, find your big toe. Grab your big toe if you can find it. Nice. Lower the left leg down. Try to keep it as straight as possible. And from here, start to come all the way up. Right leg is doing a lot of work here. And then really flex your toes up. Pull the navel in, press the right heel down, and for the moment, bring the hands together to your heart center. Let's keep going right away. Same supporting leg. Start to bend the left knee behind you. Push your hips forward a little. Try to lengthen your hip flexors. You can bend your right knee just a little. Bring the hands together, arms over your head, and Bend your elbows, thumbs behind your head. Familiar, we did that at the beginning, or in the beginning of this class. Bobos, no grip. So start to lift the left knee behind you, lift the left thigh up. Start to open your chest. Open your chest. It's really difficult without the grip. So make sure the left knee is not opening to the side. You can bend your right knee a little. Imagine one day your toes are meeting your fingers. Even work. Lift the knee behind you. Arch your spine. Maybe look up to the ceiling. Find your balance. Challenge yourself. Release. Bring the left foot down. Hands together to your heart center. I'm shaking. Inhale, bring the arms overhead sideways. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your feet back directly into your down dog. Left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross underneath you. Bring the shoulders forward. Shoulders as still as possible. Really press your hands down. Bring the left knee to your left shoulder, to your left wrist, right armpit. Keep going. Left shoulder, left wrist, right armpit, left shoulder, down to the right, up, between, and step the left foot between your hands. Nice. Stay on the ball of your right foot and start to extend your left knee. Really square your hips. Left hip back and into the center line. Right thigh bone a little forward. Shoulders back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Long lines. The depth is not that important. Always find the control, the inner power, the correct alignment. Feel that you're working from your center. And then turn your right heel in. Maybe shorten your step if needed to. Same thing, maybe come up a little higher. Make sure not to hyperextend the left knee. Pull the lower belly in, hands together to your heart center, and slowly, with the control, come all the way up. Extended Trikonasana. Heels in one line. Push your hips back and reach your left fingers over your left toes. Really lengthen the left side of your body. Make sure not to arch the lower back. Always lift from the front. And same activation here. Palms facing up. Squeeze the elbows in. Outer rotate the shoulders. Keep this. Hug the ribs in. Open the shoulders. Turn your palms facing down. And extend. Don't look it. Just extend. The energy keeps going. It never stops. And then bring the left fingers down. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Don't go too low. Try to keep the left side of your body long. Try to zip up from the front. And then maybe left fingers reaching forward. Adding on a little more twist. Really open the right shoulder. Reach the left fingers forward. Nice. Release to come all the way up. Half more. Again, set up as you need to. You can use the block or come up to your fingertips. Shift weight forward. And start to open the right shoulder and the right hip. Push your hips forward a little, but keep the activation from the front. Feel your right leg. It is as active as your left. Left foot is dancing on the floor. Press the big toe mount down. And then start to swing the right leg to the side. Try to keep it in level with the floor. Maybe find your, there it is, big toe. Lower it down. And then slowly come all the way up. There we are. Again, press the left heel down. Core helps you to keep the right leg floating. Hands together to your heart center just for a second or two. And release. Maybe don't touch the floor if not necessary. Just push your hips forward. Lengthen from the front, hip flexors as straight as possible. Bend your Right leg behind you, hands together. Reach up, bend your elbows, thumbs behind your neck. And then as you start to lift the right knee behind you, start to open your chest. You can always bend your left knee a little here. It's even work. Try to keep all in line. Make sure the right knee is not opening to the side. So hug the right knee in, elbows in. Dare to look a little higher up. Try to arch the upper back as much as you're working the lower body. Open, open, open. Release the right foot down, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, lengthen down. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet back into your plank pose, and let's go chaturanga. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Here also micro bend on your elbows. And exhale, lift your hips up to your down dog. Lower the knees down to your all fours. Release your toes. Make sure the shoulders are on top of your wrist and hips on top of your knees. Again, little micro bend. If you tend to hyperextend, that's something I always remember to say because I was this, I'm still this sometimes. So I have to remind myself consistently. Micro bend. Keep the toes pointed. Again, we do the same alignment, ankle alignment check here. Don't let the heels flop out to the side. So try to keep the ankles straight. Maybe think a little bit more weight onto the big toe side. So here, float the knees off the floor just a few centimeters. Find your core. Try not to tuck the tailbone under too much. Also, of course, don't arch the lower back too much. Just pull the lower belly in, but lengthen the tailbone behind you. Long lower back, but then press the space between your shoulder blades up to the ceiling without rounding your shoulders in. So auto rotate your shoulders, open your shoulders, just try to lift the space between your shoulder blades a little to really activate your corset. Hug your ribs in and then lengthen the tailbone. Weight is even, shoulders aligned with your wrist, and keep breathing here. Check the ankle straight. Hold for 5, 4, 3, shaky, 2, and 1. Release the knees down. You can open your knees a little if that's nice, if you prefer, and start to walk your hands forward to your Anahata puppy pose. Let the forehead rest on the floor, or maybe the chest, chin forward. Keep breathing in and out. Send the breath between your shoulder blades. Your shoulders, also to your lower belly to calm you down. Quite a bit of work for your shoulders today, so give them some love. And slowly start to release. Bring your knees together, heels together, embryo pose, arms by your side, palms facing up. Relax your forehead down. And really let your shoulders drop down. Little inner rotation. And slowly start to roll up. Go ahead, turn around, lie down on your final savasana. I'm gonna leave you here so you can take your time in the final savasana. Always stay as long as you can, as long as it's good for you. It's the most important part of the practice, I would say. I used to skip that all the time, get the workout done and just go. But that is the time when you're actually receiving the benefits and you deserve that little thank you to yourself. So take a final savasana. Stay there as long as you want, as long as you can. Maybe do a little meditation in the end. That's always a good idea as well. Take this time for your mind, for your body after the physical practice. It's as important as get the body moving, working out, sweating, the mind practice too. It's easier to forget the daily things when you are consistently moving through. You have to keep up with the sequence. I nicely ran out of battery here, but what I was saying, it's usually easier to do a meditation after physical practice. So if you got this time, do a little meditation. See how you can calm your mind and maybe find that emptiness for the moment. I hope you enjoyed the practice otherwise, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.